ladies, gentlemen, and general hooligans of the stripped cover lit community. We're here today to address the state of the channel.
I don't know where to go. I feel so uncomfortable right now. I'm out of my element.
You look good.
Thank you. I wore a bow tie, but you can't notice it because of the beard. It is a floral bow tie.
You need one of the big floppy bow ties.
No.
Or one of the, what is it called? The Texas ones? The
bolo?
Bolo, yeah.
I could rock a bolo tie. I'm
cowboy,
fine with that.
The cowboy tie.
Should we dress up a little bit? Because we're going to discuss the channel.
Yeah. We are here to do a State of the Union address. I've got huge shoulder pads in this.
Do you?
It looks like
it anyway.
It's
a 1980s woman's jacket, so you're fine.
No, it's not. This is a very nice jacket.
Okay.
You don't know what you're talking about.
This is like a felt material.
Yeah, that's a 1960s.
Dare I say the inside? Purple silk.
Yeah, that is a 1960s leisure suit.
What I'm here for.
It's even got the leisure suit flower.
Thank you. It's a lapel pin.
Your florals don't match.
There's also a pocket square. Fun fact.
You got to puff that out a little bit.
Oh, excuse me. Well, I wasn't really prepared for this. I pulled this out of a bag because you said bring a suit with you, so Here we are. Anyway.
We would like to talk a little bit about where we are as a channel. This is going to be semi-self-congratulatory, so if you are not down for that sort of thing, you might want to skip this video. But it's also going to be something where we celebrate as the community around the channel. We are currently sitting at the taping of this video, 5,152 subscribers. We have to date 4.4 million minutes of watch time, 598,000 views. 1/3 of our viewers are not subscribed.
How dare. That number just skyrocketed after this video. It's fine. It's fine.
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Dalton's Quickie Review, is the only semi-viral video we've ever had. It is currently sitting at 10,282 views, which is, for a channel our size and in our niche,
not bad.
About as viral as it gets, right? Because we had, that video hit 8,000 very quick.
I purchased the book at midnight when it was released. I went home, read, reviewed, and filmed, and had it up in like 3 hours.
Yeah. The Road Part 1 is at 8,774 views. As I Lay Dying Part 1 is at 8,652 views. And The Sun Also Rises is at 7,970 views. Those are our top 4 most viewed videos. We have 10 videos over 4,000 views, 53 videos over 2,000 views, and 141 videos over 1,000 views. That number will eclipse 150 within the next 3 or 4 days. April was a very big month for us.
April was a good month.
We had 294,352 minutes in the 1 month alone. 34,604 views in the 1 month alone. And 273 subscribers.
It was a good month.
It was a very good month for us.
It was. It was. Carry on. Talk about your numbers.
Well, I mean, how do you feel about that? We are at nearly 4.5 million minutes of watch time total. And that is something that is predominantly coming from videos about literature.
Yeah.
Short stories, poems, novels.
Something you don't get anymore.
Yeah. I'm proud of that.
As you should be.
I am proud of the 598,000 total views. These are things that take time to accrue. What I'm more proud of than any of those numbers are these numbers. 31 original tags, 39 book reviews, 28 poetry reviews, 38 short story reviews, and 30 poetry discussions.
It's good stuff.
Those are big numbers.
They are.
I would like to, by the end of the year, get our book reviews, poetry reviews, and short story reviews to the 52 mark.
Okay.
Because 52 is one for each week of the year, you know. I think that the work is more important to me and is more, well, it's more self-congratulatory to say I'm more proud of the 5,152 subscribers. But it is less self-congratulatory, more dedicated to say I'm proud of the video numbers.
Okay. It's been a long 3 years. We put a lot of work into this channel, and we had no idea what this was going to be when we started it. It's been a long journey.
It has.
It is nice to sit every now and then in faux State of the Union and talk a little bit about it. It's an accomplishment. It's something we're very proud of.
Yeah, I want to be very, just real quick while it struck me, I want to be very transparent. I stole this idea from, what is his name? He's a gamer. I'm not going to remember his name. It doesn't really matter. I imagine this is a fairly common thing on YouTube, but I wanted to give credit where it was due. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Okay. But no, this is a good thing. It's just a lot of work that we put forward with this channel. Every now and then it's nice to sit and enjoy that.
Quill. Quill 18. Quill something.
Okay.
That is the gamer's name.
As long as you got that down, I feel better about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. You're taking a little bit of pride in your accomplishments. And, it's a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look as to what we look at with this channel, where we're wanting to go and how we're growing. And hopefully where we want to be soon.
And it is, while it may seem self-congratulatory exclusively, I think that it is our greater goal here is to maintain this, right? Mm-hmm. So to not look at the numbers and their health would be
detrimental.
Would be folly.
Yeah.
Social Blade, transitioning into the future. Social Blade is a website that tracks numbers and projects numbers into the future. And we hit 5,000 subscribers on the precise day they had suggested that we would hit since somewhere around 4,000.
Yeah, they're pretty on par.
I can't remember the exact date that we did hit that number, but it was on the exact, because I thought we were going to hit it early. There was about a week where it looked like we weren't going to hit it for a month out, but then it looked like we were going to hit it 2 days early, and we slacked on subscribers for a little bit, and we ended up hitting it right on. But they have us projected on 10/23 of this year to hit 7,500 subscribers. On November 3rd of this year is when we are projected to hit the 1 million view mark. On January 27th, 2020, we are projected to hit 10,000 subscribers. How do I want to do this? May 18th, we are projected to hit our 2 million view mark. June 1st, 2020, we are projected to hit 15,000 subscribers. And late in the month of September, we are projected to hit 20,000 subscribers. My birthday is in September. And this is a good place, I think, to transition this discussion.
Yeah.
I don't think I haven't told many people this. My plan, when I hit 35, is to take a year off and go at this very hard. So until then, September of 2020, we are trying to break neck and we're trying to get this channel as large as we can, Bantam Paradox to 1,000 subscribers, and Frame Rate to 1,000 subscribers. And if those two channels are at 1,000 subscribers, and this channel is at 20,000 subscribers, that 35th birthday, that year of my 36th year on the planet, we will be primed to make a run at this thing full time. We have made no secret of the fact that full time is our goal. I will say 4,000 subscribers was the first time this felt real.
Okay.
5,000 subscribers for me was the first time this felt possible. I know that it's not cool to talk in these terms, but when you're talking about full-time means money, right? Now, it's hard to say this because I don't want it to sound like it's an expectation, right? But when you look at this sort of thing, you're looking at what is possible, you're looking at what is realistic, you are looking at where the possibilities lie. We both discussed when we set out on this thing, if we were earning each $2,000 a month, we would be full-time. Like there'd be no side jobs, there'd be no this, there'd be no that.
This would be it.
This would be it. Because neither of us lead very expensive lifestyles. Both of us have very simple needs and requirements. And at $4,000, the natural thing to do is say, well, that's $1 per subscriber.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You never speak in those terms because we're not doing this to monetize people.
Yeah.
Right? This isn't one of those channels. We're not out here trying to, I'm trying to think of a good example from YouTube.
When it comes down to it, is there's always that adage, do something you love.
Yeah.
This doesn't exist in our world anymore, and the people who do what we do professionally are very rare, very few and far between, and are a dying breed. BookTube has the potential to be a new wave of this. YouTube in general does. The idea of BookTube being this new wave of literary criticism, I believe there's a lot of worth to that.
There's a ton of worth to that.
There is a ton of worth to that. And to be able to say, this is what I do for a living, I mean, that's 100%, that's doing what your parents told you to do when you were a kid. Do something you will love. I will never work a real job and enjoy myself.
Never.
I am at my happiest when I'm working at this. So therefore, this is what we've set out to do. This was our plan from day one, and we've made that very clear that we want to be full-time with this. That would allow us 40 extra work hours a week.
Which would go to this. I sometimes I don't think it's fully communicated that we don't want to do this full-time in order to slack off in life.
No,
we want to do this full-time to go full bore at this.
Yes.
So, for example, the gaming ecosphere on YouTube is a real thing.
It is.
There's got to be 1,000 people that are full-time playing video games, right?
At least.
Has to be, just on this platform. I'm not even talking about Twitch.
Nobody does it with books, though.
Right. There's a few people that do it with books. Poland Banana Books is absolutely full-time. Jesse the Reader is absolutely full-time. What?
So nobody does it with books, though.
Right. I will grant you that. No one really does it with books. And one of the things which I'm hoping to mention in a tag video soon, we were tagged by the Poptimist for, I think it's the BookTube Real Talk tag. Mm-hmm. Part of the reason that it feels a little bit like BookTube is dying is the fact that these big booktubers have never pulled anyone up with them.
Fair.
The big booktubers are incestuous. They just mention each other in their videos. They just pull each other up in their videos. And it is as if they are afraid to spread the wealth. Which, spreading the wealth can only be good for the entire community,
Absolutely.
for the entire platform. And the reason you have to believe that anyone would be afraid to really spread the wealth is that they know their own content is not that great. Am I incorrect?
It's a fair statement. I just really had that "we're coming for you" moment.
But we're not coming for them. We're coming to get ours, right?
True story.
That's the mission statement.
And when it comes down to bare bones, granted, again, we've mentioned many times we want to do this full time. When it comes down to it, we are promoting reading. We're promoting literary discussion. I can't tell you how many people have contacted us saying, hey, I really appreciate this video. This got me through my college class. We've had people submit their college essays to us, saying, hey, this was a huge push for me. Thank you for doing what you do. That's where it's really at, man. We are promoting reading. We are promoting something that is really a dying art form. Not a lot of people do what we do anymore, sit down and want to read a book when you could just go watch the movie. That's a little unheard of in this community, but that's a thing overall. And we get the opportunity to not only discuss literature with people, but like have conversations about literature, discuss it, learn more from someone else's opinion. And that's an incredibly rare opportunity to have. Go on.
I never learned how to read in high school.
Okay.
I learned how to read. I was literate. I was not functionally literate. I was literate. I was not functionally literate. I could not come away from a text with my own opinion on it. I could not come away from a text with a deeper meaning from it. I could not come away from a text knowing there is literature there or there is not. Let alone could I instill the literature in the work, right? So I spent a lot of years after high school, but before going off to college, not really knowing how to read.
Okay.
If I had, this is not to say that we're the be-all, end-all. I think that there are many channels on BookTube who do this sort of thing as well as we do. And who do this sort of, like Steve Donahue doesn't do what we do, but he does something a little bit different that is every bit as valuable to a reader.
Absolutely.
If I had had some place like this to learn and foster and grow, when I was not able to afford education, I dare to think where I would be right now. You know, if I'd had just one or two of the ideas that I was able to wrestle out of my university experience before I was able to go off to university, how much more worth would I have gotten out of the first two classes when I didn't have those tools?
Fair.
You know, that's the big thing to me, is that, look, I don't do any of these videos thinking I'm teaching someone. I don't do any of these videos thinking that I am telling someone exactly what a text is or is about or is worth. I'm just giving my 2 cents on the matter. So to think and feel and hope that someone else is able to say, yeah, but I think you're wrong, and this is why. To be able to spark that conversation is worth more, I think, than to be able to teach someone a vocabulary word.
Fair.
Right?
Fair. Yeah, I'll agree with you 100%. So that's where this is. We wanted to take a moment and appreciate where we've made it at this point. We put 3 years into this channel, on and off for some of us, and it's been a lot of work. I mean, we put a lot into this. We have every single day of this year scheduled out for a video. Most of our week is spent reading and prepping for new videos, getting everything together and going. And we're still working our 40-hour jobs. We're still writing on the side when we find time and wanting to expand into other opportunities as well. Other things we think would be worthwhile for discussion. So we're definitely getting there. And, albeit for us, we just want to take a moment to say, hey, damn good job us.
And thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
But we'd also like to ask about where we're going.
That's the important part here. What's next?
Yeah.
So what's next, Adrian?
Well, you made the point that we've completely changed everything that we're doing.
Absolutely.
The channel that we're running is not the channel that we ran.
Well, if you go back all the way to the Antiquities of Strip Cover Lit, the first videos you will see us dressed very much like this. I will have sans a beard and no hair, and we will be very, very uptight and prim and proper, because that was the book world that we thought we were cracking into.
And you should always try to see Dalton sans a beard, with a sans a beard.
Sans a beard. That was the world we thought we were cracking into, this high L literature.
Don't you speak French?
Yes.
So Sansa? Isn't it sans beard?
Absolutely. I'm also from Missouri. It's fine. I can say sans
all right,
beard.
all right.
But anyway.
Isn't Sansa a dragon show character? What's the dragon show?
It's pronounced Sons in that particular show.
Is it?
Which I believe is closer to where we should have been. But anyway, we did things very differently.
Does she have a beard?
Yes. We didn't know what we were getting into. We didn't know much about the BookTube community, and we kind of worked ourselves out.
But we had ideas.
And we progressed a little bit. We do the Let's Read series now, where we're breaking it down more chapter by chapter, allowing people to read along with us as to hopefully spark further discussion. And I like that idea. For a long time, we were doing a book a week and doing a review a week. That's it. Like that. It's a little more open, a little free form now, and open towards more discussion from other people.
And I think we get to work in more ideas that way.
Yeah.
And I think we've had a couple series now where people have created alongside us or have shadowed us slightly.
Which is always great.
And I think that the Let's Read series is a way for that to expand. So I don't think that it is unthinkable that a creator would come along 3 years from now and see our As I Lay Dying series, at which point that series will be 4 years old, and think, oh, okay, well, I could break down this text in that way and create alongside that. And that is, to me, an encompassing way of doing these projects.
Okay.
Because you don't really, I think it's a lot harder to produce a response to a book review and hope to open dialogue.
Yeah.
But a response to a Let's Read part is, I believe, much more welcoming to dialogue. We are also, at this point, creating a playlist per book that we read, which sometimes we get out of the habit of and we forget to do it, but it is the Let's Read followed by the review, however many parts that is, and then sometimes we'll do a rant for the book, sometimes we'll do a 10 great quotes stuff from. Yeah. So I think that that is something that, for me, that is very profitable. Fair. Because I enjoy the fact that, say if someone's favorite book was As I Lay Dying, we've got a 5-part series on that.
Yep.
And there's nothing stopping me from getting a wild hair and doing a rant on the book, and now we've got a 6-part series on that book. You know, and I think that something like, and we call them suites. That's the As I Lay Dying suite. I think that that is something which would be profitable in the community as well.
And that came from development. That came from trial and error, trying to figure out what this is, what this booktube monster is that we were tackling. And that's where we've progressed, and we feel very comfortable moving forward with that.
And I stole the name wholeheartedly from Gaming Channel's Let's Play series.
That's fine.
Right?
The man who doesn't own a television or a gaming computer of any sort steals from the Gaming Channel.
Yeah, I haven't had a gaming system for a decade. Over a decade. 2008.
Is that about the time you bought that suit?
Yeah. Why?
Okay, just make sure. But no,
I think this is a Miami Vice style get-up.
That's where we've progressed forward. That's where we are now.
You can call me Sonny.
But we are open to interpretation as to where we're going next. Things obviously are going to change as we move forward. I feel pretty comfortable with the way things are moving right now. I like it. But we're always open to suggestion. That's kind of what this is. The ending part of this little video here is, where do we want to go next? What do we want to do next? And I think a lot of that's contingent upon what people want next.
Yeah, do the Let's Read series work? I have a little bit revived the Writer's Quote series. Is that something which is worth pursuing? Poetry discussions versus poetry reviews. Is the separation there worthwhile? I think that poetry discussions let me take the things a little bit, and I believe Dalton as well. Mm-hmm. It allows us to take the things a little bit less academically.
Yes, and I believe there's worth with that, but in our infancy, we also did a reader's review and a writer's review for each book that we read, which at one point we realized were just intermingling, and we kind of meshed them together in a full review. So things will change, absolutely so, and hopefully things will change to better appease everyone who's enjoying the show.
Would anyone like to see those writer's reviews return? I don't think that we would be able to...
Nobody wants to see those return.
Hold on. I don't think that we would be able to manufacture a 30-minute video out of it. But if we went into each book with a set of rules that we're looking for, I think that, I think that could be profitable for us as well.
Okay.
I mean, if you went into every book and you were the character guy and you got to look at the characters and the plot, and I was supposed to look at language and whatever, that wouldn't really be much more work.
Not really. This is, again, just me agreeing to things, ends up, doing 365 videos a day for a year, but that's fine.
365 videos a day for a year?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
That would be a trick.
365 videos a year, one every day. That's how we end up doing things like that, because I agree to them. So, sure.
Do you enjoy the way that Strip Cover Lit has progressed? Do you like where we are? Is there anything you would like to see changed? We talked about this a little bit with our last TBR and or book news, and we got some useful suggestions for both. So I am definitely open to new ideas on these subjects and moving forward with them, because I think that a lot of this is for us, yeah, but this wouldn't be nearly as fun without you. And
yeah, and honestly, when it comes down to it, like we are constantly growing. That's part of the way a YouTube channel works.
We're trying to anyway.
We're trying to. And we're always coming across new people, say, hey, just found the channel. I can't believe I've never been able to see this before. And they say some great things about it. And sometimes people pepper in like, I don't know why you don't have a bigger subscriber base than you do.
We've been getting that a lot lately.
A lot.
Which is ironic because we just crossed 5,000. Which feels like
which feels huge.
Which feels like a real YouTube channel. And now people are finally saying...
You're so small. Why are you so small? But it's...
Which, by the way, is the story of my life.
But that's like one of the best compliments ever. It really is. And wholeheartedly, like we can brag on ourselves all the time. We can brag that we've gotten to this point. We're proud of what we've done. When it comes down to it, it's everyone who watches the show who gets us here. Yeah. It's everyone who subscribes, who leaves a comment down below. It sounds cheesy and terrible. I understand that, but it is true. It means the world to us. We may not respond to all the comments, but we do try to read every single one.
It is very hard at this point to keep up with everything, I have to say. That is the one thing about uploading daily for which I was not prepared.
Yeah.
I was not prepared for the minutiae to be left behind so quickly because of the grueling reading schedule we've got, the grueling uploading schedule we've got. And all the big things that we have to move in order to get there.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that I'm a worrywart, so I'm trying to produce ahead of even schedule. So, yeah. So if we were allowed to make one request, if you are someone who thinks that we should have more subscribers, if you could find it in your heart to find your favorite strip cover lit video and share it on some form of social media, I think that's one of the things that we're missing at this point, is we don't promote ourselves enough.
We're at that point now, we're making that push. This is becoming very real to us. This is becoming a real possibility, as you said. And we're at the point now, we're making the push.
Yeah, if we are at 20,000 subscribers somewhere around my 35th birthday, I'm not going to regret at all taking a year off.
Absolutely.
And so
BookTube has great potential, it does. It is a great community, has great potential. I don't believe that potential is being actualized.
I think the BookTube community needs someone watering the flowers.
I think BookTube needs to grow. I think people need to grow alongside each other instead of just this bastion of BookTube where, people sit on the high tower looking down. This could be a great community.
Which, no one owes anyone anything.
Absolutely not.
But that's sort of the ecosystem. That's how the ecosystem of YouTube has always worked. It has been people helping each other out, collaborations and things like that. So...
You want to finish us off here, Adrian?
That's what we've got here. Let us know if you enjoyed this type of thing. We're considering doing it not every month, but maybe every quarter, once a year, every biannually, something like that. Hit the like button if you do like this sort of thing. It really helps us out here on the channel. Hit subscribe if you are in that 33% that is not subscribed but somehow finds videos anyway. And if you would like to help us create more content here on Strip Cover Lit, there is, as always, a link to our Patreon to be found in the description below.